Woke up this morning with my mind stayed on the spirit. Woke up this morning with my mind stayed on the spirit. Woke up this morning with my mind. What? Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah.
Boom! Good morning, Center for Spiritual Living, Simi Valley.
Good morning.
It rained! Yay! Oh my goodness, so wonderful, so wonderful. And to all of you who are sitting at home thinking, it rained, I'm not going outside. Good for you. Good for you. Welcome. We're all here. Oh my goodness. Giving thanks for the rain. Absolutely. As we continue to celebrate our 40th anniversary. Well, we've got new things happening. We had something happen on Friday. It was restorative yoga. It was an experimental idea and highly successful. And I think about 25 people were here, only 5 of which were CSL Simi Valley family folk. So, again, that idea of sponsoring things and supporting things that help people live their spiritual lives, but maybe not church in the way that we do it on Sunday mornings, is what's exciting. And when I talk about the Institute for Religious Science that Dr. Holmes founded a little bit later, you'll see that we are following that model and following that success. So restorative yoga, and then doing fun things like groovy time. Boom! You should have been here. It's a should have been here thing. Did it go? Yeah. Oh. Sound? Look at these folks. That's his regular street clothes. Yeah, I think Dorothy's on cigarettes. Yes, indeed. So as you can see, a good time was had by all, and I invite you to come and join us on the next event that we sponsor. I don't know, they're talking about doing a country dance night, and there's so many people to thank. I'm not going to begin to, but I do see Lisa over here, who was our hostess with the mostest last night, moving it on, and of course, Pat and Diane kind of sponsored this idea, and everybody was going on. And of course, it was Cindy's birthday, so we celebrated Cindy's birthday at the same time. A lot of good things. Now, and Reverend Nancy, of course. Well, so many people. That's why I said, if I leave somebody out, don't blame my brain, blame my heart. Or don't blame my heart, blame my brain, or something like that. I know there's a line there somewhere. What a shift that we have to make, though, because we are still supporting our sister center over at Ahia, because they are dealing with direct impact from the Altadena fires, with 10 family members losing their homes at the center and a couple of families actually living at the center until they can find new locations. So anything you can do to help that relief fund, you can go directly to their website on here. I'm pointing here because I've got that same thing right there. So you can go to directly to their website. You can give your relief check here to the center, and we will get them to them, or you can use that phone number right there and send a relief cash donation to them, or gift cards, checks, cash, anything like that can help them out during this time. Oh my goodness, it's hard to imagine, and I actually was flying into town and saw it from the air, and it's you can't even wrap your head around it. Especially when you look out on both sides of a plane and it's on both sides of the airplane. That's a crazy thing. That's how big this impact was. And it's something that we need to kind of chill and get settled around. And the 3 a.m. meditation on Wednesdays is a great way to do that. It's something new. I went last week with Sunny and Cherie, and just the energy. The Thursday meditation, then the Wednesday meditation, the two combined, just settle you out in such a space that you can be that still point in the midst of the turning world. So everything is turning around you, but you stay grounded because of that collective experience of meditating together. So I highly encourage you to support that and come on out. And here's a great way to support our center. Coming up on Wednesday, it's food time again. We love to eat around here, especially when you can eat and then the donation is given to the center. They give 20% of the check. 20%. That's pretty substantial, you know. I guess because they realize they're thinking that, you know, we're waiting on them. You notice when did that happen?
I don't know.
That tips became, you know, did they rewrite something in the Bible? I thought it was 10%. From now on, your tithe is now 20%. Right? And we will just send you a check. We'll take it out automatically if you want to. It's crazy. But anyway, come to Sharky's. Their food is pretty good. But those are all the ways that we bring they've got some healthy things on the menu too. You know, not to do a Sharky's commercial, but we are going to go eat there and make money from them. So why not a Sharky's commercial? All right. So our vision and our mission statement, it comes alive by all those things that we do: restorative yoga, meditation time, party time, sharing our gifts and our treasures with others who are in need. These are just some of the things that are encompassed in this vision and mission statement that we do together each Sunday. Let's do it now. We celebrate all paths to God in gratitude, empowering self and others. We serve compassionately through outreach, inspiration, and education. That's who we are. That's why we're here. And here's what we do. Reverend Nancy, bring us home with some prayer.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning. All these beautiful faces. Let's take a big, deep, conscious breath together. And know, right here and right now, the one divine source, the one infinite love, the one energy bursting into creation is right here, right now, within each and every one of us. I feel the power, the force as it moves through us, as community, as unity. And we know this service today is blessed. We are so grateful for each and every one that has shown up here and out online, and know that this message continues to reverberate out into infinity. Thank you, Alberto, for being here this morning, and our wonderful band. I know the music uplifts and opens our hearts and minds, and Reverend Stephen's message, being the teacher to each one of us, is our gift. So with all that being said, we know it was so before I ever spoke a word. And so I release it into the law that always says, yes, yes, my beloved. And we let it be so, and together we say, and so it is.
Please stand.
Spirit of upon me. Oh, Spirit of God is upon me. Oh, Spirit of God is upon me. Oh, don't need any planning, don't need any law. Wanna sing with all my heart. God is all enough. Let go of my burden. Loving God has made me free. Blinded by the Spirit. Spirit of God, it's upon me. Oh, Spirit of God is upon me. Oh, the Spirit of God is upon me. Oh, the Spirit of God is upon me. Oh, the Spirit of God is upon me. Oh. It's a good song.
Hello. Hi, thank you. Hi, Cosmic Kids. It's Cindy Joy, your captain speaking. Go ahead and come on up. My co-pilot, Amanda. I remember it this time. And Emily. Woohoo! Yay! Yay!
Emily's almost a grown-up though now.
Yeah, she's taller than me.
But we're all kids
but
at
then
heart.
everybody is. So we've been talking about teachers and meditation. And as a teacher, I have my role models. And one of my role models is Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. That's why I keep bringing him up. And he had a dream. He had a dream. And he helped to make it happen. And his dream was that everybody in the whole world would be treated the same, equally, no matter what you look like, no matter who you are. And he made it happen. And he didn't do it in a violent way. He didn't say, you have to do this, you have to do that. No, he was like I said, at peace and calm within himself, and that's what carried out into the world, and that's how he changed his world. So we can all do that. We all can do that. Just have to be at peace within yourself and know, we don't have to change the whole world. That's a lot to think about. We don't even have to change the whole United States. Maybe just California, or even just Simi Valley, your own backyard. How do you want your world to be different? How do you want your world to be different? What is your dream for the world, Emily?
To everyone to be like happy and peace, because everyone needs that in their life. I don't know.
No, that's great. Yay! Of course. Thank you. All right, it's time to blast off. Everybody be at peace. Have a good day.
Not yet.
All right, time for our affirmation. I'll read it first, then I ask you to join me. And it's short. What I know is for me to show. All right, together. What I know is for me to show. All right. My reading this morning comes from a book by another CSL minister, Reverend Rita Andriello Farron, CSL Kauai. What do I need to know? 101 Thoughts That Changed My Life. Really wonderful little book, because they are just little page-and-a-half thoughts that changed our lives. So I found, I was a little late this morning, coming up, and I'm like, and this just jumped out of like 20 books. This jumped out. I was like, thank you, universe. Stepping through the door to self. My husband and I created and facilitate a workshop called Flying Solo. The participants all share a defining moment in their life through storytelling. I am honored to be a part of the unveiling of truth as it flows through each person who dares to take the workshop. Each person, in some unique way, steps into a moment in their lives that had been emotionally painful. As they step into it, I receive a strong message for myself. There is no way around pain. I must step into it. The way to transformation is that first step we take into those things that are uncomfortable to face. However, the fact that this particular thing has arisen in us is a sign that we are ready for it. When the student is ready, the teacher appears. Teachers come in all forms with different faces. We cannot predict when they come or how they come. However, what I know for myself and others is that when they appear, we are ready, or they wouldn't be here. We are the ones we have been waiting for, and what we are waiting for is here within us, ready to be transformed by us. Love is the purifier of all. I love this next line. It is hot source energy. Hot source energy. It is the refiner's fire that creates the field of acceptance of a greater self. We do not have to be afraid to face our past or any feeling or emotion. We are loved, forgiven, and accepted before we even began the journey. As we remember our true identity, we can clearly see all that has been for our highest good. We can see that we co-created the path we are on by partnering with our desire to know ourselves. On the doorway to the temple, it is written, "Man, woman, know thyself." The gateway into the inner temple is the revealing of that self. It is the only way in, and the door is always open. And so it is.
Thank you, Nancy. As Nancy mentioned, we have Alberto this morning. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Today I'm going to play 3 songs, and they're all from the Renaissance time. And the first one, it's called "All in the Garden Green Between Two Lovers." And it's a song that is mentioned also by Shakespeare in one of his works. So it must have been a very famous piece in the Renaissance time. And it's a very important piece because for the first time we have knowledge of this piece because it was registered with the Stationers Company. The Stationers Company is what we would call today ASCAP or BMI, or one of those companies that protect the copyright. And believe it or not, the first copyright company was the Stationers Company that was born in 1405. And this song was one of the first songs that was deposited there and registered in 1435. And it took about 300 years before the actual Copyright Act was proclaimed in 1710. in England. So this is one of the first registered songs in England, all in the garden green.
Sweet.
Thank you. Please. Thank you.
Well, we can take that music into our hearts and into the God awareness place, the gap meditation that we do each week here. 3 minutes of silence. And we do, we'll talk about it. Let's go into it now.
darkness. I am in the light. See me if you can. Everywhere I am.
Thank you, Cherie. I love it when you sing us out. So that was 3 minutes, y'all. We can do this. I invite you to create your own personal daily meditation time. As little as 3 minutes of conscious breathing can help in so many ways. And as we've said, we have so many ways now to come and do meditation, or times to come and do meditation in group here. 20 minutes before service, Wednesday evenings at 5, Thursday night. So join us.
Thank you. We have another one from the Renaissance man.
And that's right. Second piece is another Renaissance song. And it's called A Scots Tune. We don't know much about this song. The title is, there's so many Scots tunes in the history of music. And it's an anonymous, so we don't know who wrote it. And we only have it because a girl in 1628 decided to write down the songs that she loved. And she was a lute player, as it was fashionable at the time for girls of high society. She played the lute. And she decided to write down all the songs that she loved. And one of these songs is this one. And it's the only copy that we have of this song. So it's thanks to Jane Pickerton that we have this song, A Scots Tune. Thank you. Thanks. Thank you.
Thank you, Alberto. Gosh, you know, I was sitting there thinking, even when you tune, it sounds like a song. It's beautiful, beautiful. Thank you for the history too. Good morning, bright ones. What a lovely day. Lovely day to be a teacher, which we all are. Great reading. Isn't it amazing how the books just jump off? You know, if you open yourself up into that space that we all talk about each week, the Spirit is ready to deliver the answer. We work so hard to find it, and it's right there waiting for us to just open ourselves to it, to make ourselves available to it. And this week, this month, we've been doing the Ernest Holmes thing, talking about his life, and today the 21st was his birthday, but today the Science Mind Archives is actually having a party to celebrate his birthday, and you can go online and check it out. And I think Darlene put a link in the e-blast to it, so if you want to go, and it's his 138th anniversary of his birth, and it only costs you $13.80 to go to the, I guess so next year it'll be $13.90 or 89 cents or whatever it is. Okay, so let's see. We did the thing itself, the way it works, what it does. Now it's how to use it. And boy, did he use it. The way he used it was to teach. The way he used it was to expand this teaching. And it's been a giant journey along the way. His big teaching was about this thing called law. He really believed that there was something immutable, a principle that was working in the world to bring about our creation, bring about our ideas, that this idea, this law, was available to all of us. It's not some belonging to any particular educated person. It wasn't belonging to the clergy. It belongs to each and every person. It's ready, it's willing, it's available to take the form of our thought. It's ready to receive what he says, the impress of our thoughts, the impulse of our thinking, and bring that into our experience. I like to think of it as the Mustang principle. We've talked about this before. You decide, I'm going to buy a Mustang. And you go outside, the next day, everywhere you go, there's Mustangs. Now, there were just as many Mustangs on the road yesterday as there were today, but because you decided to get a Mustang, you see Mustangs. When you put your brain into the thought process of what you want, it's psychologists actually call it confirmation bias, and we see that happening a lot in society right now. Like, I hear it, and I'm going to make it true because somebody said it's true, and that's going to happen. You got to watch for that. But at the same time, if it is used for good, and that's what Dr. Holmes was talking about, using these principles for good, where we don't harm anybody, where we express love, where we try to find harmony in our creative expressions, then things go a little more smoothly. When you go into an area of causing discomfort or distress or separation, then people get a little bit bent out of shape around that. We want to watch that. And that's what he did. He used very common words to impact our consciousness in ways that enhanced the experience of love, that made life better for each and every individual, that put things into action. It took the invisible and made it visible through this common principle available to all. And one of the vehicles he used to make that happen was the Institute of Religious Science. He founded this thing back in 1927, 25 actually. In 27 is when he founded the Science of Mind magazine. It's been in constant circulation ever since. It does arrive a little late sometimes now, but that's okay. They're working on that. And then he started this thing called the 52-week study course, the mastery course in the science of mind. You could study it as a correspondence course. You could study it from home. It started with a letter that he would send out to you, and it was typed out in that old typewriter thing, you know? It was really sweet. And we actually have copies of the study course. Has been updated, and they're in the bookstore there. And you know, our bookstores are free, so you could actually take this course and on your own, 52 weeks, right? Now they charge $25 for each course. We just give it away. That's what we do here, because the idea was to give this teaching away, and he understood that the reason he had to give it away is because, well, it's free and available to all. So why not make it free, available to all? That's one of the things he was about. He also believed that a group really needed a literary outlet to keep it strong, which is why he founded the Science of Mind magazine, which is why he made the study course available to people. He wanted something that was semi-religious. He didn't want it to be overly dogmatic, but he definitely wanted to be ethical and to be moral and to be universal and to be something that was practical. You see, these courses were designed for you to put something into action. Let me read. I feel like I want to read some from the opening letter. And I really love that he signs it himself in his little chicken scratch Ernest Holmes signature there on the bottom. Dear friend, you are about to start on the most interesting quest the human mind has ever made. The discovery of the life principle, the way it works, and your relationship to it. You are about to make the greatest discovery of your life, which is how to use this creative power of your thought for definite purposes, purposes which will benefit you, your family, and your friends. He wants us to go out to become these teachers. And he says, you're ready to start on your great adventure, and we believe it will be a happy adventure. And that's why we do this each week. That's why the service teams come out. That's why I get up in the morning and start reading these materials and just love writing these talks. Because I want us to be on this great adventure and to have our lives be something spectacular, better than it's ever been before, each and every day, you see. And one of the things that it takes is we got to be on it. We can't be in it, like in our heads. He says that one of the great difficulties, one of his quotes, one of the great difficulties in the new order of thought is that we are likely to indulge in too much theory and too little practice. It's so easy to think about these things, but thinking ain't going to feed you. You can put the menu on the table and look at it. That recipe looks great, but your belly's still going, feed me, Seymour, right? You got to put it into action. And that's one of the things he did. He put it into action. He put this practice into action by developing this institute and having it grow into a space where it later became a church. He studied this incredible path he had. He had a lot of questions that we talked about in the beginning. Question, question, question. And those questions were questions of belief until his belief was something that he began to practice. And he began to practice his belief through demonstration, through saying, I'm going to try this out. Oh, there it worked. Oh, there it didn't work. Oh, there it worked. There it worked. There it worked. And eventually, the demonstration led to a faith in these beliefs. And those beliefs then led to a conviction that there was a divine presence that we're realizing all around us that can bring into manifestation our wildest and most wonderful dreams. Just by practicing it, put it into action, doing the things that are necessary to make our life unfold. Now, initially, the Institute was designed so that a Methodist could be a better Methodist, so that a Presbyterian could be a better Presbyterian, so that even a Catholic could be a better Catholic. Once you did 7 Hail Marys and took communion. But then what started happening is, as people started studying this stuff and becoming more and more entrenched in the way he was teaching these ancient truths, people were saying, no, I think I actually feel like a religious scientist. I think I want to be a religious scientist. And then all of a sudden, the Institute was on fire, and things were happening like crazy. They had services, which were very churchy in their aspect. And then there was a women's group and a men's group meeting at this building right here at the Institute at the corner of 6th and Berendo. Lovely space. Not enough space for a church, so they still had to go to the Wiltern, but definitely enough spaces for classes, for the men's group to meet, for the women's group to meet, for the Bible interpretation class on Tuesdays, for the Mother's Round Table that was on Wednesdays. And it wasn't a round table of mothers. It was Anna Holmes, who was a practitioner, who had a round table of people come and discuss issues. It was Mother's Round Table. And then there was the 3 o'clock Thursday afternoon self-help sessions, without the self-help books. It was like, I think maybe Wayne Dyer without Wayne Dyer, or Dr. Phil without How's That Working For You? Then they had Troward Fridays, where Dr. Holmes himself would teach a class on Fridays about Judge Troward. Then on Sundays, they had the junior church and the junior institute church, and it happened. So those were very churchy kind of things, but a very busy day at the Institute. And that's what I was talking about for us. It's very busy around here. We've got Weight Watchers, we've got the 12-step groups, we have the meditation classes. We don't have the Bible study, but I'm really trying to figure out how to get that in, because a metaphysical study of the Bible is truly intense, right? But anybody want to get here at 9:30 Sunday mornings to do that? See, we could do it from 9:30 to 10, and then you could still do 10 o'clock for the meditation. Yeah, yeah. Well, we might have to start that. I'm in. I'm down with that, right? I'm down with that. So eventually, people started saying, Dr. Holmes, I know you love this institute thing, but you've been going to other theaters and taking some of your teachers and helping them become preachers at other centers, and maybe we need to have a church. And he's like, oh, well, all right. And next stop, there was a church. And fortunately, they discovered that the institute, being a nonprofit, could own other businesses, and they started buying stuff, businesses, and they bought some a patent. They bought this patent called the Huddy sink. See, they were making these Formica tabletops at the time and Formica countertops. Then they put the sink on it. Well, there was no way to bind the space between the sink and the countertop until Huddy came along and built this thing. It's that silver lining that goes around between that was owned by the Institute of Religious Science. They bought that patent. And that's how they were able to build Founders. From the money from that. And the 3 pennies that some little girl gave to Dr. Holmes one day. To Dr. Hornaday. He said, here's 3 pennies. You can go build your church now. And he said, oh, thank you, little girl. And with this patent, we will. Yeah. But all of this kept pushing him and pushing him and pushing him. And finally he decided, I'm going to go with it. And he says that, Dr. Holmes says, we cannot fight the universe. It refuses to be budged from its course. We can only go with it. So he stopped fighting the idea, and they began to build Founders Church. That's him and Dr. Hornaday as they're digging the ground for the church that later became Founders. And of course it was churchy. I mean, every Sunday, at all the Wilton services, they sang that song. That song that I can still hear that we'd sing every Sunday at Founders. Open my eyes that I may see, you know it? Fullness of truth thou hast for me. Place in my hands that wonderful key that shall unclasp and set me free. Silently now I wait for thee. Ready, my God, thy will to see. Open my eyes, illumine me, Spirit divine. They would sing that every Sunday at Founders, and I tell you, that's how we closed the meditation. It would make me cry all the time. There was something about that. Open my eyes, and really, that's what this teaching is about: is to open your eyes. You know, it's to be in action, to go with it the way he went with it, to have that mission, to take these metaphysical principles and ideas and make them as real as physical laws. Nobody disputes gravity. You know what's going to happen when I let go of this book. You know that. If it had floated up like that, you'd be like, what? Where are we? You know, that's just the law. But we don't believe in metaphysical laws having the same reality as that. When your grandmother's favorite teacup falls off the counter, you are racing to get it because you don't want it to hit the ground, right? But when you have a thought that is negative to your desire, you don't stop that thought, do you? You try to, but if you don't stop it because you don't think that it has the same reality as the law that's going to make the book fall. But it does have the same reality. Therefore, we should change our thoughts to those that are positive, that are going to be uplifting, that are going to express love, life, harmony, and creative expression in a way that's not going to do harm to anyone. That's what he was trying to get us to do. That's why he formed this organization, to the institute and the board of directors to place the signpost along the way so folks could find their way to learn this truth that we're talking about each week, to codify and to license these various things that would take place, you see. That was his mission. His role, as he said, was to deliver the water of life and keep it flowing. Deliver the water of life and keep it flowing. And he also held on to the reins, even while he tried to keep it open at the top. He wanted to be open, but not too open. Like when he heard about some of his teachers and practitioners reading phonology, doing bumps on their heads before they could determine whether they could treat you or not in a prayer scene. Whoa, we're not going to go that far, okay? Or when somebody said, I'd be happy to treat for you, but first I need your time and date of birth so I can do your horoscope challenge and chart and saying, no, 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 no. It's available to all. It is irrespectful of persons. It is done unto you as you believe. Now, if you believe a horoscope chart is what you need, that's your journey, but that's not science of mind. We don't need that. We can go directly to spirit and know our truth. We have a direct connection to this thing called life. Right? Now, if you have to use something in the middle, a translator, that's okay. But at some point, you want to break away from that translation space and have your personal direct communication with the divine. Also, when he came to these new teachers, these new preachers that he was out there training, he was like, if you really have it, you got it. The Institute didn't give them money to get started. They had to get started and have to make it on their own. He would say, you cannot educate people away from preaching, but you can educate people into teaching. And that's what was so important about this. And this is why we have the classes, so that you can have your life be better, but also to become that teacher. You must teach to keep the teaching pure and fresh. The idea is to encourage yourself to serve, to heal, and to transform. And then teaching became the prime directive of the science of mind. And the teaching is by modeling the behavior and helping another. I was recently sharing this idea and kind of working it out with some of the friends at the camp. I was at Camp Cedar Ridge. I'm on the board there. We had our annual retreat for our business meeting. I was talking to someone up there and sharing the story, and they said, "Oh, that's the teaching thing. It's like my little granddaughter. She was at the playscape at IKEA, and she saw this little boy whose shoes were untied, and she ran over. She had just learned how to tie her shoes, so she ran over and stopped him and tied up his shoe. And the little boy was watching just really carefully watching. And as she finished tying that shoe, he bent down and tied his own other shoe. Then they took off and ran in different directions. Didn't even say a word to each other. But that's why it's so important to be the teacher, so that we can be the modelers, so that what we do can be seen by someone else, and then they can go and do it too. That's why he didn't want us to be preachers and get too involved in theory. He wanted us to be practical and make this thing happen, to bring it into reality. And that's your journey. That's what you get to do by devoting time to sharing this truth and creating the harmony in life and recognizing this divinity that is in all and of all and belonging to all. That was his great work and his great passion. And I feel the passion in each and every one of you on a regular basis. I see it when we walk out into the lobby. I see it when you come to the dance parties. I see it when you're at the sound baths. I see it when you're at the drumming. I see it when you're in classes and your eyes light up with, ding, I got it. This great work is our passion. We get to do this with joy, and that's how we should do it, with the joy of life itself and knowing that it gets better because we are practicing the science of mind, serving our personal community like Ahia, like Simi Valley, and the world that's larger. Getting ourselves on the right seat on the bus, the right fit for us. And I think many of us feel that this is the right fit for us. Dr. Holmes says that you should do the thing, should be the thing, and don't worry about a success. Don't worry about being a success. It says whenever you have an audience, if there is one person healed of a problem, people will flow to your doorstep. So great is the need. Now, that's what he was sharing to his fellow practitioners in a speech. But I share that to each and every one of you because you're all practitioners. Maybe you're not speaking before an audience. But don't worry about whether your treatments are going to be successful or not. Trust that they are, you see. That's what he's saying. Because there is a great need in the world. There are a lot of people that are feeling anxious in the world today. On all sides. I'm not talking about political left and right. I'm talking about just in the world in general. There is a level of anxiety out there. And we have a secret that is too important to keep secret, that we can be centered in our own space. And through that centered space, we can be that model of behavior. We can help others tie their shoestrings, so to speak, right? Just by who and what we are. Who and what we are. And as we do so, people will start saying, I want what she's having. Right? It's just that simple. Just that easy. That's how we use it. This thing itself. We know what it does. We know where it came from. And we know that we are the purveyors of this. We are the teachers, not the preachers. And so it is. Oh, skip that one. Yeah. Okay. So this affirmation came out of one of my favorite quotes of Dr. Holmes. The more I know, the less. The more I know, the less. And I just like the I know thing. So that's why there's a lot of I knows in here with the show thing. All right. So here we go. What I know is for me to show. See, it's not what I know is for me to show. It's what I know is for me to show. What I know is for me to show. It's what you know. Do you know it? Do you got it? Try it again. Here we go. What I know is for me to show. Ah, there it is. All right. All right, let's go into prayer. I'm going to take this moment to reveal some truth, to reveal what it is that you do know. Take a moment right now. Close your eyes and take a breath. And say that quiet voice, that inner voice. It's so interesting that there's a voice in our heads that can say, listen. And another voice can say, what? So listen. And let that other voice tell you what you know. What do you know that needs to unfold in your life right now? What do you know that's calling for your attention? What do you know that's waiting to be expressed by means of you? Know that by this word, each and every one of us are now stepping into that expression. We are bringing that reality into experience through our actions. We are being guided and led, directed and guarded into that position. We simply take the step and it becomes a reality. Whatever resources are necessary for that thing that you know to come into being are now yours. Whatever hints along the way, whatever finances are necessary, whatever knowledge is necessary, whatever people are needed to go along the journey with you, they're right now being drawn to you. And as you open your eyes, you shall see. This is the gift of divine knowing. This is the gift of expression when we stand in that space of divine knowledge and say, yes, I am open. Yes, I am willing. Yes, I accept. And I say thank you for that acceptance. Thank you for that willingness. Thank you for this divine connection with Spirit that allows my good, what I know, to become the reality of my life. So I let that knowledge be. And I rest in the truth and reality of it as I say these beautiful words. And so it is.
I am light. I am light. I am light. I am light. I am divinity defined. I am God on the inside. I am a star, a piece of it all. I am light. 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 I am light.
Thank you, Cherie. Shifting gears into that way, we get to support this beautiful spiritual community. You see them there. You're familiar with them, the website, the texting, or just coming by the office or dropping a check off in that old thing called snail mail. It still works, still works. And we have a beautiful declaration of abundance that we speak each week, our affirmation of abundance. Powerful words of divine truth that we share together collectively, knowing that it is a unified message that changes things, not for our community only, but for the world and for all those that we care about, and even those that we struggle to care about. Because everybody everybody is a divine emanation of spirit, no matter what, no matter who. Let's do it now. Divine love is doing its perfect work here and now. Divine love harmonizes. Divine love adjusts. Divine love prospers. Divine love foresees everything and richly provides every good thing for the world. Center for Spiritual Living, Simi Valley, and me now. Divine love prevails. Yes, it does. Thank you, ushers, for your service. Check out everything that's happening at the center over the next few weeks. Good stuff, including Wednesday at Sharky's. Thank you. Thank you. Orange. Orange.
I just saw abundance blessing. So I know that's what this is. It's the abundance of teachers right here. And the blessings go forward from this community into the world. And we know it's so, and we know it, and know it. And so it is.
So it is. And so it is. One last song from ADP.
And so it is the last song. And the last song for today is another Renaissance song, of course. And I know. And it's called The Hunt Is Up. And it's a song that was written for King Henry VIII in 1435. And it's a very rowdy song, and it goes with the character of Henry VIII, and the chorus part of the song goes, the hunt is up, and now it's almost day, and the man who's and one who is in bed with another man's wife, it's time to go away. So here is the hunt is up.
Thank you, Alberto. Beautiful. A rowdy song, as you say. Yes, indeed. Oh, a lot of gratitude flowing this week. Well, first, let's start with our service team. Costa leading the service team today. Gotta love him. Support from Becca and Deb. And Glenn, you see him doing his great work here on the stage. Thank you so much. Oh, we've got Olivia in the booth. Dear one. Gregory's up there hanging out. What are you doing up there? Are you getting in the way? All right, good. Thank you so much, Kathy. Good work on the slides. Captain Cindy's back there with the assistant from Amanda. They're just having a good time with Emily. We thank Cheryl and Linda for being in the office after service. Thank you so much for that. Okay, big time. There must be some good stuff in there for fellowship. We've got Costa, Pam, Gloria, and Rob. Ooh, so healthy. Eat some Rob. Guacamole. Yeah, guacamole from Pam. All right. Yeah, Costa. Coffee. Yes. All right. Again, Alberto, thank you so much. Thanks for stepping in. I know you showed up for us the last minute. I really appreciate that as well. Great band action going on, led by Cherie Deeds. We got Randy, we got Bob, we got Steve, we got Cheryl pulling it down with the background. Thank you so much. Fly, Eagles, fly.
That's right.
That's right.
Go Birds.
That's it. Which is why John's not here. We know that. Okay, now this the cleaning crew, it's gotten bigger. Okay, Kathy had some help. Gloria, Denise. Wow, now we tried to do this a minute ago. I'm going to get this again. This is the dance party people. So Pat and Diane, thank you so much for coming up with this idea. And Lisa for hosting. And it is Nancy, Michelle, Greg, Costa, and John Bellis. And everybody that brought food and donated to it, it was just fantastic. Really was fun. Who made that berry cobbler? Who made the berry cobbler? Oh, wow, Mary Lockhart? Beautiful. That was really fun. I took that. I was digging in there, getting the crust out at the end. That stuff was good. All right, Nancy, you're up. Oh, no, wait, I got a few more. Well, you can come, but I have a few more things. I forgot. Well, there's the peace vigil, and Jan didn't make it today. Yeah. She was here last night. Yeah. The hippie partying out. They're hanging back. Jan, we know you're going to do that. Thank you so much for joining us for that peace vigil. It was a lovely event. We have more of those coming, so just stand by for the future as we continue to celebrate that, because we will be getting the Season for Peace and Nonviolence starting in the next couple of weeks, which is right there, January 30th through April 4th, fostering peace through daily nonviolent choice. We'll be posting in our e-blast things for you to do during that 64-day period to celebrate or to honor this season for nonviolence, that period between the death of Dr. King and the death of Mahatma Gandhi, carrying the vision of peace for all, okay? And I believe that covers us. Rob, are you still taking people for your class? Okay, so last time, if you didn't come to Rob's class, you have one. This is it. Come Wednesday, or you'll miss out on that one. And so thank you for that. And for your service, thank you so much. What are you going to be doing after service? We'll push. There you go.
I'll be over near the practitioner room, and I would love to see anyone who wants a minute miracle, and then we'll go eat guacamole.
Yeah,
So,
fantastic.
I'm here.
All right. No.
He did not? Anyway, whatever anyone brought, we're going to go.
We're going to go devour it. But first, we're going to stand and do our closing benediction, and we shall sing. And this is peace song?
Yep.
Sunday? Yeah, peace song. Yes, that's right. It's the end of the month. Okay. I'm at home. In the heart of God. My life. I can never be separate. I live in the consciousness of peace. I release all fear. For I am living love.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the
Let it begin with thee. Woo!
And we're out of here. Yeah. Yep. I got it. Nope. Nope. Gotta get to a game. Bang the drum. That must be Randy.